Welcome children. In this video we can study about exponents and powers. We know in order to write very large and very small numbers we use exponents. Then we read a raised to m. This is symbolically written a and raised to the power m. It is read as a raised to m. A raised to m. In this exponent, a raised to m, base a is called the base and m is called the power of the base. A is the base and m is the power, and it is read as a raised to m. Simply we can say a raised to m. And this a raised to m, it means a is multiplied by itself, m times. And if we are writing 10 raised to 25, means 10 is multiplied by itself 25 times. And here 10 is the base and 25 is the power of 10. The important thing in the chapter exponents and powers is we have to know that laws. There are some laws you have studied in 7th class. I'll repeat that all laws here, and along with one more law you are studying in class 8, laws of negative exponents. And here you know sometimes you may know this all laws, but also you have to just remind that a raised to m into a raised to n is equal to, just notice a and a here the bases are same. When the bases are same, then we can write that same base and find the sum of the exponents, powers, m plus n, a raised to m plus n. And second law is a raised to m divided by a raised to n. Here also that bases are same, a, and the powers only different here, m and n. So in that case we are writing that same base and that powers we are subtracting, m minus n, a raised to m minus n. And third one, a raised to m, power of that power, a raised to m, the whole raised to n is coming, a raised to m, the whole raised to n, that is equal to a raised to multiply that powers, m into n, that same as a raised to m n. And fourth law is when the that powers are coming similar, a raised to m into b raised to m. Here the bases are different and powers are same. That case we can do that, just to multiply here that a into b, multiply the bases and write the power here, a into b raised to m. That is same as we can say a into b is ab itself, ab raised to m. And the fifth law is a raised to m divided by b raised to m. Here you can see the powers are same and the bases are different. So in that case we can do a divided by b the whole raised to m. That is equal to, we can write a by b the whole raised to m. Usually we are writing a by b like this way only, not this way. A by b the whole raised to m. And the sixth law is a raised to 0 is equal to 1. That means any number raised to the power 0, that is equal to 1. Then that seventh law, that is related with that negative exponents, that is very important. 1 by a raised to n is equal to a raised to minus n. 1 by a raised to n is equal to a raised to minus n. Then these are the 7 basic laws in that chapter, exponents and powers. And from the 7th law we can define that 2 more we can write, a raised to 1 by a raised to minus n is equal to a raised to n. This, if you are studying this, we can do problems very easily. 1 by a raised to minus n is equal to a raised to n. That means 1 by 3 raised to minus 2 is equal to 3 raised to 2 or 3 square. And another one is a by b the whole raised to minus n is equal to, it is read as a by b the whole raised to minus n is equal to b by a. Just to write that multiplicative inverse of that one, b by a raised to the power n. Here it was negative, here it is positive. Just to study these two laws, it will help you solving problems very easily. Next is multiplicative inverse. We can find the multiplicative inverse of a raised to m. Multiplicative inverse of a raised to m is equal to 1 by a raised to m. That is equal to, we know that how to find that multiplicative inverse, that we are interchanging numerator and denominator, and if it is positive, positive itself, if it is negative, negative itself. 1 by a raised to m it is, and here we know one hidden 1 is there, so we are writing that reciprocal of that one, 1 by a raised to m, that is equal to a raised to minus m. Reciprocal of a raised to m is equal to a raised to minus m. Similarly, what will be the reciprocal of or multiplicative inverse of a raised to minus n? Definitely it is just changing the sign here, a raised to n. And we can find the multiplicative inverse of some more, 2 raised to 4. Multiplicative inverse of 2 raised to 4 is 2 raised to minus 4. And the multiplicative inverse of 2 raised to minus 4, that is equal to 2 raised to 4. Next is application of exponential laws. Simplify and write in exponential form. After simplifying, our answer should be in exponential form itself. Here that question is, this is try this problem from your textbook. Minus 2 raised to minus 3 into minus 2 raised to minus 4. And we have to think about that laws. Here, look here, minus 2 and minus 2. That means that bases are same and the powers are different. Which law it is? We can observe that first one, a raised to m into a raised to n is equal to a raised to m plus n. So we can write that law here, a raised to m into a raised to n is equal to a raised to m plus n. And we are writing that given question, minus 2 raised to minus 3 into minus 2 raised to minus 4 is equal to, instead of a here, minus 2 only. So we are writing minus 2. Then raised to m plus n, instead of m here, minus 3. Just compare here, m minus 3. Instead of m, minus 3. Plus, instead of n, what it is? Minus 4. Then we are adding this both, minus 2 raised to the power. Minus 3 plus minus 4 is minus 7. Now this is in exponential form itself. So our answer is minus 2 raised to minus 7. And the second question is p cube into p raised to minus 10. Here also you can see that same basis. So our answer is, we can apply that law, a raised to m into a raised to n is equal to a raised to m plus n. Here same basis and product multiplication here. Then we are writing that p cube into p raised to minus 10 is equal to, instead of a here it is p. Then instead of m here it is 3 plus, this plus only we are putting, instead of n here it is minus 10. That is equal to p raised to 3 plus minus 10 we know, that is minus 7. Our answer is p raised to minus 7. Third one is 3 square into 3 raised to minus 5 into 3 raised to 6. Here you can see 3, 3, 3. That means bases are same. And here you can see that law, a raised to m into a raised to n is equal to a raised to m plus n. Here one more exponent is there also. We can apply this law, a raised to m into a raised to n into a raised to p. Let us suppose one more is there, a raised to m plus n plus p we can write. And how many it is there doesn't matter. We are writing that same base and adding the powers. So here we can apply this is equal to 3 raised to 2 plus minus 5 plus 6. And we, because of this law only, we are writing like this way: a raised to m into a raised to n is equal to a raised to m plus n. That is equal to 3 raised to 2 plus minus 5. You know that is 2 plus minus 5 is equal to minus 3. Then minus 3 plus 6 is equal to 3. 3 raised to 3 is the answer. Next we can do example 1. Find the value of 2 raised to minus 3, and the second one is 1 by 3 raised to minus 2. Here that value, find the value means the answer should not be in exponential form. And here first one we can do very simple. It is 2 raised to minus 3, and we know a raised to minus n is equal to 1 by a raised to n. We studied this law. So applying that law, it becomes 1 by, instead of a here, that base is 2. 2 raised to, instead of n, here it is 3. So 1 by 2 cube. We know 1 divided by 2 cube means 2 is multiplied 3 times. 2 into 2 into 2. That is equal to 8. So the answer is 1 by 8. That is the value of 2 raised to minus 3. Second one is 1 by 3 raised to minus 2. We have to apply which law here? 1 by 3 raised to minus 2. This is of the form 1 by a raised to minus n. I told you just to study this also for doing our problems easily. 1 by a raised to minus n is equal to a raised to n. So simply we can apply that law here. 1 by 3 raised to minus 2. Instead of a here 3, and instead of n here 2. So we can write 3 raised to 2. A raised to n here, instead of a 3, and instead of n here 2. Don't think minus 2 here. This is minus n. 1 by a raised to minus n. That form it is. Instead of n, minus is here and here also. Instead of n, 2 only here. So 3 raised to 2. 3 square means 3 into 3. That is equal to 9. So the value is equal to 9. Example 2. Simplify minus 4 raised to 5 into minus 4 raised to minus 10 and 2 raised to 5 divided by 2 raised to minus 6. Here it is given simplify. That means that answer, we can write that in exponential form or that value. And here we can observe this question, minus 4 and minus 4. That means the bases are same and the powers are different. That case, which law we are applying? A raised to m into a raised to n is equal to a raised to m plus n. So instead of a, here it is, base is minus 4. So we are writing minus 4 raised to the power m plus n. Instead of m, here it is 5, plus instead of n, here it is minus 10. We are telling the reason, since a raised to m into a raised to n is equal to a raised to m plus n. That is equal to minus 4 raised to the power 5 plus minus 10 is minus 5. So we are getting minus 4 raised to minus 5. We are simplifying some more. It is a raised to minus n, we know 1 by a raised to n. Then it becomes a positive exponent. So we are just rewriting that 1 divided by minus 4 raised to minus 5 becomes plus 5. Minus 4 raised to 5. This is the answer. And the second one is 2 raised to 5 divided by 2 raised to minus 6. This we can write, bases are same, 2 and 2. So which law we can apply here? A raised to m divided by a raised to n is equal to a raised to m minus n. This law only we are applying here. So when we are applying this law, we can write that is equal to, instead of a, that base is 2 here, raised to the power m minus n, m. Instead of m, here it is 5. 5. Then this minus we have to put, minus. Then n, instead of n, here what it is given here? Minus 6. So we are writing minus 6 here. That is equal to 2 raised to 5 minus of minus, plus it is. Then 6. 5 plus 6, that is 2 raised to 11. This is our answer. Problem is x plus 4 raised to minus 3 as a power with the base 2. Here that given exponent is 4 raised to minus 3. And you know here 4 is the base. we have to convert this 4 as 2. That means we can write 4 as 2 into 2. Then 2 instead of that 4 only we have changed. 4 is equal to 2 into 2. Then raised to the power minus 3 we have to write raised to minus 3. That is equal to 2 into 2 we know it is 2 square raised to the power minus 3. Now it is of the form a raised to m the whole raised to n is equal to a raised to m into n, mn. That is equal to 2 raised to base is 2 here, a is equal to 2. Then m instead of m 2 here, instead of n minus 3, 2 into minus 3. That is equal to 2 raised to 2 into minus 3 is minus 6. That is equal to, once again we can apply for getting positive exponent, positive power minus n, a raised to minus n is equal to 1 by a raised to n. So it is equal to 1 by a raised to, instead of a 2 here, raised to n, n is 6 here, 2 raised to 1 by 2 raised to 6.